Okay, well. Now that my eardrums are destroyed, where was I? I plan to go with a quiet dark power 14. 1000 watts, and I wanna die when I think about the price. Is it a lot? I mean, I assume it's a lot because everything is. But hey, speaking of prices, I saw that this Steam machine is gonna be like, what was it, 650? Which is way less than I expected at this point. You know, with this current economy. Unless I'm misremembering, I might be. Just gonna check that so I don't spread misinformation. Valve's new Steam machine will probably cost 600 to 650. Based on leaks, I guess. So is there any official information? No. But hey, they do have the specs, so let's take a look at that. You know, I'm vaguely related to the tech industry, so that seems like relevant news. It's like how BlackBerry is still in business and makes products but not phones. Oh yeah, Nokia does that too. I mean, I guess they still make, you know, kind of make phones. They don't make the phones themselves though. They just order them from like a, what do you call them? Like an OEM. I had one actually. Before my current phone, I had a Nokia 6. Actually, a pretty good phone. Used it for like 5 years without problems. But of course, you know, I had to eventually swap it out because the battery and the memory kinda become a garbage. Oh yeah, there's a Forza-thon starting. Let's go. What am I even driving though? No idea. So where is it? Oh yeah, we can fast travel now, it's fine.
Forza-thon Live will begin shortly. Good luck.
I was case shopping, and if you ever need a big case and easy cable management, Fractal Meshify 3XL is one of the best thermal. Cable management is good, and it has room for like a 540mm GPU. Well, that's good, because mine's kinda chunky. It was kinda hard to fit in this case, even though it's not like actually that small. But one thing I kind of these days require for my case is having like hard drive slots. Which, I mean, most of them do, I guess, at this point. But I remember my old case didn't have hard drive slots, and that was unpleasant. It was like a workstation case that I got for free. That shit was ass. But yeah, Nokia doesn't make their own phones anymore, but they order them from like Chinese manufacturers, like HMD. What they do these days is they basically have like patents in the wireless communication industry. Like I think, I'm pretty sure that every time somebody uses the 4G or 5G labels, they have to pay Nokia. Which is kind of funny. They're just making money from doing nothing at this point. Which kind of makes me think like, hey, why don't you take all those profits and you know, start building the company back up again. Mainly because I actually know somebody who works there, and You know, if they started like developing software again, I could probably work with them. You know, because I mean, all their phones are Android now, so they might have some use for somebody like me who has fucked with like wireless communications before. What car to drive, I wonder. What would be good for this situation? Well, I guess we don't know what we're doing, so better just take something that's good for sorta everything. And I guess it is winter, so probably should take this. It's 266 euros. For context, my CPU is like 180 brand new.
Live will begin soon.
Ouch. That's a lot for a power supply, I think. I think when I bought this current one, I paid like 50 euros for it. It's like a 650 watt, I think.
Forces online, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Round 1 started!
Oh, speed trap. Well, this might have been the wrong car for this job. I guess I could quickly swap it out for like a real fast car, maybe. Yeah, let's do this one. This one goes pretty fast. And it's also a bit more drivable than the Moser. I mean, I think I kinda fucked up the tune on that one. It wants to fly. You know, I kinda had like a fun idea the other day. Because I saw a couple of Teslas on the road. I was thinking like, you know, since it is kinda weird to have your car like make no sound when you accelerate, maybe you could put like one of those plastic flaps on your Tesla. You know, the same way that kids would put on their bikes, so they make like kind of an engine sound. That'd be kind of funny.
Round 1
Nope.
complete! Get to round 2!
Sorted on. Guess I didn't really need to change my car at all, since there are so many dudes here. Damn, I mean, this car's probably faster than that Bugatti over there, but I kinda wanna buy a Veyron. I know it's like the stereotypical, like, rich douchebag, like a mega rich douchebag car. But I can't help it, I like Bugattis. Or Bugattis, however you say it. You know, all other supercars, they kinda follow the same form factor. It's a flat aerodynamic thing, it's got an engine in the middle. You know, like a V12 or a turbocharged V8 or something. Maybe it's a hybrid, they have like an electric motor in the back. But yeah, fucking those crafty Germans, they just looked at that, they were like, nah, we don't need to do that, we have a German engineering on our side. Make that thing big and fat. Oh, but how do we make a big fat thing go fast? Well, don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that, we're gonna cram a quad turbocharged W12 engine in there. Plus, it looks kinda interesting, I think. It doesn't really look like any other car. car's kinda hard to drive on snow. Which is not that surprising considering how much torque it has. Probably should have kept the Nissan, but whatever. There are so many of us here, we're gonna get this done in no time.
Round 2 complete. Get to round 3. Round 3 complete. Congratulations.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I guess we can get to spending those points now, assuming we have enough for a car. Oh yeah, I guess I had a bunch of stuff on the auction house. And most of them are sold. That's nice. Why is it so hard to get these messages read? I read the damn thing, believe me. Yeah, let's go collect our money. Let's see what's in the backstage. Let's see what kind of Forzathon rewards we have. Although the Nocto 1000 watts is gonna be like 350, but it's not to unseason the best fan company. The best PSU company teaming up again, and the Dark Power 14 is the best PSU. Best PSU company and second best fan company. Teaming up by noise. Noise matters a lot for me, plus both PSUs are designed for 10 plus years of use. If they fail within 10 years, full replacement. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty nice deal. Meshify 3XL has 2 3.5-inch or 4 2.5-inch hard drive slots. Yeah, I guess that'll be enough. How many do I actually have? I guess at the moment I only have 2 plugged in. 2 regular hard drives and then 2 M2 drives. But of course those don't need. Those don't need slots, they're just on the hard drive. Most 1000 watt PSUs are in the 100 to 150 euro range, but they are made by HEC, which is responsible for a lot of low quality PSUs. And yes, I'm paying 266 for a good fan, a good manufacturer FSP, and the peace and quiet. Plus 95 to 97% efficiency and 10-year warranty. But I only want the peace and quiet and FSP manufacturer. Yeah, I mean, that all probably makes it worth it, I guess. Wouldn't want to buy some 85% efficient Chinese knockoff that's gonna catch fire in 3 years. Yeah, man, those German engineers, they're different. Like, should we make the car lighter to make it go faster? Nein. We increase the power. That is just very German. Not going for the obvious solution. We could make the chassis very aerodynamic and make it out of carbon fiber. Nein. Nein, we will give the car W16 quad turbocharged whatever the hell engine. We'll give it 1500 horsepower. They don't really do subtlety over there. Also, I ran into 2 teenagers riding bikes today with motors on them. And I know those fuckers just like the noise because they activated the motor going downhill. They are as loud as damned Harleys. Yeah, teenagers, they just like being loud. Which is kinda wild to me, because I mean you're a teenager. You already spend like most of your days around like loud people. Like first you're at school. You're getting screamed at by fucking your retarded friends. And also your teachers are yelling at you because your friends won't shut the fuck up. And then you get out of school and you want more noise. I don't know, I kinda just wanted to be left alone after I came home from school. I just wanna put on my headphones and fucking disconnect, man. I've spent my whole day in a zoo. But yeah, I guess different strokes for different folks, and some folks might have had strokes that we don't know about. Because a lot of them, they don't even quit when they're adults, then they just get like a even louder vehicle. Get one of those shitty old BMWs from the 90s. Fuck up the exhaust so it becomes even louder. Then install like a banging stereo and a big old subwoofer in the back. Then you can listen to your garbage music so loud that it makes the like windows in the whole neighborhood shake. I don't know what that is, I can't relate to it. I think we should put them in asylums and study them. We should scan their brains and we should study them for science. Because what is that? Why do you need to be loud? Why is that like a need for them? Is it to cover the whole deafening silence of their own heads, or do they just have to, like, I don't know, make themselves known because they weren't given enough attention as a child, or where does that come from? I don't know. Anyways, we have a backstage pass, and I guess we could also buy another one. Oh, this is kind of a nice car, though. That's kind of a nice car, but also I'm kind of sure it's in the backstage as well. Might be even in the auction house, I'd have to check though. It's just wild, I wanted peace too. Yeah, I mean, that I thought that was like the normal reaction to being subject to that much sensory stimulation. You know, when people come home from a war, they don't typically go like, you know what, I could go for right now. More of that. What is HSV? I've never heard of this car brand. I kinda wanna Google it. Oh yeah, also I was looking at the Steam Machine specs before I got distracted by the Forzathon. Okay, first thing I see when I look up HSV is Hamburger SV, which is a football team from Hamburg. Cool. So, what about the car? Oh, that's Holden. Holden Special Vehicles was the officially designated performance vehicle division for Holden. So that's Australian, right? If I recall correctly, because that's where they have all those youths. Yep. Holden, formerly known as General Motors, Holden was an Australian subsidiary company of General Motors. Was? So did they die? Did John Holden die? Oh no, it was actually started by James Holden. I was pretty close though. Defunct 1st of January 2021. Fate. Holden mark discontinued, replaced by GM Specialty Vehicles. That doesn't have much of a ring to it, gotta be honest. I mean, your car gotta have a name, man. If somebody asks, hey, what are you driving these days? You can't be like, oh, I'm driving a GM SV. What is that? Is that a disease? Is that some kind of appliance? What is that? But anyways, let's check out these Steam Machine specs real quick. 6-core 12-thread AMD Zen 4 up to 4.8 GHz. GPU is a custom AMD RDNA 3. GPU at 2.45 GHz at 110 watt TDP. 16 gigs of DDR5 memory and 8 gigs of GDDR6 VRAM. And it comes in two storage configurations, either 512 gigs of NVMe storage or 2 terabytes. Also, both models have a slot for a micro SD card, which is kind of weird. Not the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about gaming, but I guess you could use them to like store other stuff. Wi-Fi 6, they got a Bluetooth 5.3 antenna. And I guess they do also come with the Steam controller. Okay, the connectivity. They have a DisplayPort 1.4 up to 4K and 240 Hz, yada yada yada. HDR FreeSync, HDMI 2. Two USB-A 3.2 ports. Two fast USB 2 ports. One USB-C 3.2 generation 2 port. One gigabyte Ethernet. And I guess you can put LED strips on this thing. Cool. $152mm high, 148mm without the legs, 162mm deep, 156mm wide. Weighs about 2.6 kilograms. That's not too bad. That's pretty compact. Arch Linux based SteamOS 3 and running a KDE Plasma desktop. Yeah, that's not bad. I'd say that's probably cheaper than like building an equivalent PC yourself, I'd guess. Also, I just paranoid about PSUs because my Hunt key PSU died after 3 or 4 years. I don't know how long it has been exactly, and most people replace their PSU every 5 years, but I think that's wasteful. We should just buy good quality PSUs that last 10 plus years and reduce e-waste. Yeah. I would agree with that assessment. This got a bit long, my bad. No worries, I mean, you're the only chatter, so it's fine. Like, why buy a 1000 watt 90% efficient PSU that'll last you 5 years for 100, or you could buy a 1000 watt 94% efficiency PSU that'll last you 10 plus years for just 160. And if you think you might need 1200 watts in the future, you can get one of those for 180 and less e-waste and less money overall spent. Like, I saw 1650 PSU more than enough for a PC with even 25090s, and it was directly sold by FSB, so you don't get an amazing fan, and it might not have fancy features, but it's 94% efficient, 260 euros plus 10 years. Yeah, I mean, if you do the math, you're gonna end up spending like half the money if you just get a good PSU that'll last you longer. But I guess most people just aren't good at that. Honestly, might recommend this Steam machine to my friend who wants a PC. Doesn't want to build one, it's coming from console. Yeah. This seems like a pretty solid alternative. In fact, if my PC, like, I don't know, combusts or gets hit by a meteorite, then I have to build like a entirely new one. I might just get a steam machine. I mean, you'd have to assume that it is somehow cheaper than building your own even. Because I mean, just the memory for that thing would be like 250 something, probably. Plus you get SteamOS, which is nice. Wait, is this the same car that's the reward for the Forzathon? Oh, that's the 300 SL. Wonder if I should finally get this thing. I've been looking at it for a while. It's kinda nice. It's kinda cool. But then again, there is also this. I also did the math with 15 cents per kilowatt. How much I use my PC over 10 years. The 95% efficiency over the normal 92% code efficiency will save me like 50 euros in electricity prices if prices stay 15 cents per kilowatt. Might rise even. Yeah. 3%, you know, it adds up over time. Difference between gold and platinum efficiency is usually 20 euros. Platinum tends to be higher quality overall. Yeah, the numbers do make it pretty clear. Cheap power supplies, they just aren't really worth the money. The hell is this thing? Who can afford RS2 that I can't read anymore. RS200 Evolution. Man, I should have made those pork chops earlier so I could have eaten them before I started this stream, because, you know, now that I'm not eating carbs, that's kinda... blood sugar tends to get kinda low sometimes. Which is annoying because I'm just used to having like pretty stable blood sugar all the time. Because I have pretty stable blood sugar, I just eat a little bit of carbs and I'm fine the rest of the day. Now I'm not eating any, so I have to get it all from, like, you know, protein and fat. And it tends to be a lot slower, and also you just don't get as much. This is kind of interesting too. I vote Shelby. I love the Shelby too much. Yeah, I am kind of leaning towards it. Just considering my other options for a moment. once you do the math, it is just cheaper to spend more in the short term. Yeah. That is very, very true. That 1965 Hoonigan is also a good drift car. You can get it on auction though. Always remember to double check auction house. Yeah, I should probably check if the Mercedes is there. Because I kind of feel like I have seen it. Unimog? Is that like when you get mocked by somebody's unibrow? I mean, that can be a pretty powerful look. That's not the right car. Was it this hill? Yes, it was, and it costs only 800,000. So yeah, fuck the Forza Zone, I guess. I'm just gonna buy this thing out. Fuck you. Not spending my hard-earned Forza Zone points on something I can just get for a mere 800,000. Or do they think I'm poor? They think I'm poor or something? Universal Mog. Damn, imagine getting universally mogged. That's rough. Yep, that's a nice car for sure. And now we could get, I guess, 2 backstage passes. Hell yeah. So now we get to pick 2 of these things. But I do have to take a short bathroom break just before I do it. I'll be back in just a minute, so you know, stay in the channel. You wouldn't wanna miss all these strokes that I'm having. You also wouldn't wanna miss whatever cars I'm gonna get. Alright. Some people got mad at me on the Reddits for pointing out that even though the 9070 XT was cheaper than the 5070 Ti, because the 9070 XT uses an extra 80 to 100 watts, it will over 6 years, which I think is a normal amount of time End up costing the same back then. End up costing the same back then. It was 800 versus 900 within the big RAM shortage. Yeah. You do have to take that into account. Power ain't free, sadly. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get the Shelby. But also, what other car am I gonna get? That's kind of funky looking. Although that might be on the auction house, I don't know. Yeah, let's get this. It was with the assumption you would use it for 4 hours a day. So I suppose if you barely use it. I guess. Although as a certified engineering genius man, I would also have to point out that since it uses more power, there's gonna be more heat, which means it will degrade faster. And that's something to also think about. Though I'm sure that won't be that much of a difference. But it is still there. People often forget your parents won't always be there to pay the bills for you. Yeah, that's pretty common problem with gamers. The rest of us, the working class, we have to pay for our power. Yeah, exactly. Your room will be also hotter during the summer, so you're gonna be spending power and air conditioning, which you also have to pay for. Gotta take all the factors into account. Gotta think shit through, man. Now this is a tough choice, and also what the fuck did Fiat make a muscle car? I didn't know that. This is also kinda cool. In the sense that it's just so normal looking. This is just the car. Like you ask a child to draw a car, it's probably gonna be something close to this. Kinda like the what's the Ford? The fuck. Something Victoria. Is it Grand Victoria? I don't know. I'm having a brain fart. The Machine. That's a pretty cool name. I'd like to drive the Machine. Not sure if I want to spend the backstage pass on it though. Should I get the Plymouth? Maybe. Maybe I should. Or maybe I should get this 1990 Porsche reimagined by Singer. That's also pretty fucking cool. Firebird though. That too. Also, these old Toyotas are kind of funny. This might be a contender, I think, just because it looks so weird. That's one bonus of high efficiency PSUs if it's 97% efficient. Only 3% will be wasted generating heat. That's why a lot of them, the fan doesn't even need to be on for a wide range. Like the 1650 watt I mentioned earlier, the fan only activates when it starts to pull 500 watts. Even then it will be like a few hundred RPM. Yeah. I remember that was kind of what it was like when I first got this GPU. A lot of the games that I played back then wouldn't even like turn the fans on. It's just silence. A lot of Porsches are on auction. That is true. Are these though? Are these legendary ones on auction though? Because I don't remember seeing them. But they might be. You know what? Let's check some of these just in case. So first we'll check the Plymouth Fury. Okay, they are, but they're also very expensive. Then the wait, what was it? Was it Pontiac? Firebird 68. There's one on sale. What else was I looking at? Toyotas. 2000 GT. One of those. Yeah, I guess those are the main contenders right now. So I could buy the Fury, but it's also very expensive. No Firebirds or 2000 GTs on sale though. %, sure they are if you filtered them. Like only 3 Porsches I remember never being on auction. Well, I'll trust your judgment. Because I mean, this one's probably on the auction house. I don't know if I want this one that badly. I mean, it is kinda cool, but it's also kinda goofy looking. And also I have this one that is actually, I think, better looking than either of these. You know what? I kinda wanna get this one. I wanna get the weird Toyota. Keep in mind, legendary doesn't necessarily mean it's hard to get, because the Cyberpunk car is in the backstage and it's literally a free car. Oh yeah, that's true. I guess these tiers don't really mean much. Yeah. There you go. Now, which one will we test first? Maybe the Shelby? Oh yeah, I think I actually wanna... Oh, wait. Fuck. Oh, I already had one of these. Is it the same car though? They look kinda different. No, I guess it is. This one's just like... It's got like differently colored rims. Well, that was a waste of 800,000 credits. Oh well, I guess I can just sell it. That's fine. So yeah, I guess we'll test the Shelby. Blue and green are more likely to... More... Blue and green are more likely to have a common price for doing 3 seasonal races, but not always, and some backstage cars just exist in the backstage, like the Mosler. I've never seen anyone without a Mosler. Doesn't it say on backstage if you already have a... already own a car? It does, but you know, I bought that one off the auction house. So, whoops. I guess, you know, it's also important to check my garage if I already have a car. Oh, that's kind of a... That was kind of a nice sound, though. And the steering wheel's in the right place, that's good. Yep, that's a muscle car, alright. Lots of noise, lots of power. Doesn't really wanna, you know, turn. But I guess that's what the power's for, you know. Car's not turning fast enough, just go whamp, 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 whamp. Yep, that's not bad. It says on the bottom if you own a car, even if you didn't get it from backstage. Oh, I guess I must have just missed it somehow. Damn, those are expensive. They should add that to the auction house so we can see if we own it before buying. Yeah, they should. Maybe they did 26, I don't know. At least I hope so. You should tune it as well, I will eventually. Right, now I just want to test all of these new cars. There it is, there's my new baby. Oh, they put the steering wheel on the wrong side. Common mistake. Yeah, it's a nice looking car. I like those little extra lights there next to the grill. While, you know, the steering wheel may be on the wrong side, at least the interior is nice otherwise. And you know what, the sound on this one isn't bad either. Cool. Seeing as they didn't do it across 5 games, I am kinda losing hope. Yeah, I guess that's true. It'd be a pretty easy fix though. You would think. You know, since they already have it in the fucking backstage. I don't imagine it would be any harder than just copy pasting pretty much. Also, as soon as my PC is fixed, I'm getting Forza Horizon 6 in a totally legal way. But the money won't leave my bank until it's 30 euros, I can't explain why, but it just does it. Yeah, it's weird how bank accounts can just do that sometimes. Not sure what to do about that, you know, I'm not a banker, I don't know. Must be something to do with the inflation or something, I don't know. This is a very nice car though. I like the sound, I like how it looks, I like how it drives. If only I could have the steering wheel in the correct place, it would be almost perfect. Yeah. This was a good choice, sure. Very nice. Well, anyways, I guess there's a Forza-thon starting pretty soon. I think we'll do that, and then I'll probably wrap this up and go eat those fucking pork chops at last. They kinda smell pretty good. They've just been sitting there for the last 2 hours. Just marinating. Why am I not online? God damn it. It's just right around the corner, huh? while the fourth stone starts, maybe some seasonal challenges. Are there any nearby? I guess there's a seasonal speed trap over there. What about the Forzathon challenges? Own and drive a 1973 911 Carrera RS, widely considered to be the greatest classic variant 911 variant of all time. I guess I don't have one of those. At seasonal speed trap, only a few cars can do it. I don't think even the Shelby 1000 can do it. Well, that sounds like a nice challenge. Where was it again? ...443.5 kilometers an hour. But yeah, I guess we have fast travel, so we could probably do it. I usually throw Ferrari 599X Evo at it. Well, I don't have it because I refuse to engage in any game's meta. I'm a man who goes my own damn way. So we're gonna do it in the motion. Did we do it? No, I think we went under the... Or did we? Oh no, we did do it. I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I guess seasonal objective is completed, so... Oh yeah, we only had to do 426. Well, that's basically nothing. Fuck that then. That's goddamn child's play.
Forzathon Live will begin soon. Good luck.
.443. Usually it's harder, maybe because it's winter. Maybe. Maybe they dropped the requirement for the winter, but... I mean, even if it was more, I still could have done it. I think this thing can pretty easily hit like 453 on the highway. But yeah, I should probably switch to a more suitable car, you know, something that's actually equipped for the winter. Let's get Paul Walker's car.
Thoughts-a-thon Live will begin shortly. Good luck.
Does Paul Walker know Alan Walker? Who knows, maybe they were related. Yeah, they could walk together. Well, except, you know, not anymore because, you know, Paul ain't walking no more. Rest in peace. That kind of ruins it. Paul Walker wasn't driving a right-hand drive car. Come on. Come on, Forza. Don't do our boy like that.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Round 1 started. Round 1 complete. Get to round 2.
Also, man, I found a secret cutscene in Red Dead 2 where Arthur gets manhandled by Mrs. Grimshaw. What? I need to replay the game as soon as I get a better monitor that doesn't glow in the corners. He gets manhandled by Mrs. Grimshaw. Why? And how?
Round 2 complete. Get to round 3.
do not like driving into winter. Can this season already end? Let's just switch up real quick and do some serious scoring. Can't be just hanging around being dead weight.
Round 3 complete. Congratulations.
Nice. Yes, if you don't bathe and Arthur stinks enough while in the first camp after winter, Mrs. Grimshaw will make Arthur act like a 12-year-old boy who doesn't want to bathe and wants to keep playing his game. She also will slap the shit out of Arthur sometimes for being lazy. It's awesome how much detail there is. Yeah, that's really the thing with Rockstar games. While I don't think they're the best game designers, you know, it is kind of ridiculous just how much details they'll put in a game. That is very impressive. Also, my guy is a bigger asshole than I thought. He knows Mrs. Grimshaw is lonely and Mrs. Romance. He will flirt with her for weeks just to get her to consider it seriously. And then make fun of her. Fucking Micah. Gotta play and hunt more and stick around camp more. Yeah, I don't think I spent much time at the camp either. But I did hunt a lot. Dropped like half of my played time was just hunting. And also like, you know, roping up random unsuspecting bandits. Drowning them in shallow water. Fun times. But hey, I gotta wrap this up and go eat that pork. It's just waiting there in its foil. It's taunting me. It's beckoning to me with its smell. So I'll see you guys, I don't know, Saturday? Unless you're all gonna be watching the Eurovision. Which I don't know if I will, because, you know, the songs seemed kind of shit this year. Not even like the usual level of shit. Just straight up garbage. I've never watched the Eurovision, I just don't get it. I mean, it's mostly crap. I kind of half watch it sometimes, you know. I'll probably put it up on the other screen while I'm like playing something. But it's usually not worth it. 2021 was an exception though. Because like a real, honest to god rock band won the goddamn contest. Which, if you know anything about the Eurovision, is that's kinda crazy. That's happened like only once before. Yeah, Måneskin. They won it. And also I think Blinded Channel also plays pretty high. Which was a Finnish metalcore band. Not really sure about the genre, but they had a pretty good song too. Not the usual kind of Eurovision slop pop. Because usually they just have the same formula. It's like the same 4 chords, but of course not played with real instruments. Then they have the same like generic like 2000s pop beat. Maybe they'll have like, you know, scantily clad women dancing on the stage, which, you know, at least there's something to look at, I suppose. Then they have the same kind of chorus. I mean, for the last 15 years, it's pretty much, they've all sounded like that one Swedish song, whatever it was called. Euphoria? I think that's the one. Also, I just hit 69,000 channel points. Nice. What is metalcore? That's the age-old question, isn't it? What is metalcore? I mean, according to Wikipedia, it's a combination of like, well, it's like a mix of elements from death metal and also like hardcore punk. I guess that's the simplest way to put it. But there's also so many subgenres at this point that I don't know what to call stuff. You know, there's metalcore, there's deathcore, there's post-hardcore, and all of their variations too. I don't know. I don't really care that much about genres anyways. If the shit sounds good, I'll listen to it. Sounds strange, but alright. Edit the pile of hundreds subgenres. Yeah. That's pretty much how you treat them. It's like, whatever. It's some kind of core. I don't know what that means. They have some heavy beats. They scream a lot. There you go. That's about it. Don't forget black metal and death metal, where the difference is a pigeon screaming. Yeah. That's pretty much it. They scream slightly differently. But yeah, I'll see you guys Saturday, maybe. We could have like a Eurovision watch party. Thanks for stopping by, and good night.